Hi everyone. So I wanted to talk about a children's book that I published, my first book published. Here it is. It's Cloud's Big Adventure. Also, I don't know how to edit, so whatever happens, happens. I just keep going. So this children's book is about a cat. It's about our cat, my son's cat, Cloud, that we adopted at just a few days old. He was abandoned in an alleyway. The story isn't about that. It's actually a fictional story um, about how this house cat, who's always been indoors, dreams about going outside for an adventure to follow Aiden, who he watches leave for school every day, and he liked to follow him and explore the outdoors. So this is, and I'll show you in a few minutes the real the cat Cloud the cat. So this is the finished product. I did the illustrations myself. The illustrations were a process. I'll just show you, let me see here. If you, okay, so here are some of the illustrations. It was a process because originally when let me put this here, I sketched all the illustrations I had, and I'm not an artist at all, so I did the best that I could. It took me 8 months to do the illustrations. So basically what I did is I did my best to get a nice image of the cat, and using tracing paper, I don't know if you can see this. Using tracing paper, I just basically tried to find different angles for the cat. And once I figured out to draw, the side image of the body, well, I would just retrace it and try to make it work in other illustrations. The same thing for the furniture and the scenes. What I did is inspired by images. So let's say from old catalogs and things, I would trace it, but like modify it a bit, and then just go over it and then just resize it. Anyway, so I did all this. It took me forever. And then once I was done that, obviously it was all like messy because of the lead. So with some help, the drawings were traced over just to get a neater look. And then after that, what I did is I attempted to paint in. So I printed, everything was traced over, my original, all my sketches, which are all, I have like a bunch here, all these sketches. So everything was traced over in like paintbrush and then printed on painting paper, and then I painted it in. And this isn't that bad. This is one of them. This is another one. Okay, it's not so bad. Actually, this one here was quite good. But I noticed that I used actually paint markers, and in the small details, it really went well, filling it in with the paint markers. But when I had like the background, the larger areas, you could see the brush marks. And it was really messy. It didn't look good. And at some point, it was quite a job. So again, with help, I just filled it in paintbrush. I'm not too good at it, so I did need some assistance for this. But I'm happy with the end product. So also for the cover, once I did all my illustrations, I did hire someone to, what's that called? Like put the what's that called? When you put the text, like the text on the illustrations, and what is that word? It'll come to me. Anyways, just to get everything like in book formatting. Yes, I hired someone to format, to get it in a book format. And when it came to designing the cover, so since the cat's name is Cloud, and there's actually an explanation on the back for why the cat's name is Cloud, and the explanation is fictional, because the actual real reason why this cat is named Cloud is because when we first when we first discovered this cat that was abandoned, just a few days old, the kitten was white. Kitten was white. So my son named him Cloud. We actually had four kittens that were left in a lunchbox in an alleyway in October. And I'm in northern Canada, so it's very cold in October. And so somebody shared it on Facebook, and I took them in, and I had, bottle feed them, and the whole thing. We found all homes. We kept Cloud, and so yeah, his name was Cloud because he was all white. And over the months, Cloud turned into a Siamese cat. So, and not just a Siamese cat, he's mixed. So he had like white what's on the snout, and he has a little bit white line here. But then he's darker around the eyes. But when it came to illustrating, I just went for this because I couldn't get in all the details. So this is the best I can do to look. He has white in his belly. His paws are white. So the way I explained it for the book, because obviously he's not a white cat, he's named Cloud. I wrote, and this is actually, my son named him, but for some reason I decided that it was Mom that discovered his name. So I wrote, Mom says the adventuresome kitten's feet look like he once tiptoed through the sky. She believes that the cushiony clouds painted the tips of his paws, which is why she named him Cloud. So this is the explanation given, since this cat is not white. Now this is what the cover ended up looking at, but the original one, or the first draft was actually this here. So again, I did the best that I could, just a cat sitting there, try to get a nice background. Yes, there's the clouds around here, the cloud in the back. But I looked at it, I'm like, Cloud's Big Adventure. He's just sitting there. And so basically what I did is I kept the same background. I took an image of the cat from inside the book, and I just took that image of the cat jumping and I put it on the front, and here we go. So this is what we get. And for the, let's see here. Oh, for the, so I published with Amazon. The first samples that were sent to me, which look like really, they want to make it quite obvious that it's a sample. There were some defects in it. There was some white borders at the bottom of the pages. So some white, not all of them actually. That's funny, this copy isn't that bad. The other one, yes, this one shows more. So without giving away all the images, anyways, there's a white border that's not supposed to be there because I chose bleed for the illustration. So I did contact them, and customer service, very nice. So they worked on this, and also when it comes to ordering a copy, since it's Amazon.com and I'm in Canada, when I order copies, the shipping cost is quite expensive. So even though I do get a discount, the author's discount, it cost me so much in shipping that what I did is after, I ordered 2 samples, which I didn't know they were going to have these across them. So, these are just for me. There's no way I can sell these. And afterwards, I went on the site itself and just purchased like any normal person. And since I'm Amazon Prime, well, I didn't have to pay shipping, but I did pay regular price. I didn't get the discount. And yeah, so this is the final copy, and they did fix it, so everything's nice here. I also tried to publish with Ingram Sparks, but since there were a few issues there, not so much because of Ingram Sparks, it's just because it's so much simpler, the whole process with Amazon, that's a little more complicated with Ingram Sparks, and I wasn't able to complete that. I will reattempt, but it's no fault of them. It's just because I had a hard time, understanding, just the whole process of going through that. So I will try that later on. Now I will try to get Cloud here. Just a minute, just so you can take a look and see what the actual real Cloud looks like. I'll get him. Okay, I'll try to attract him. Okay, maybe that won't work. Let's see if I can get Cloud. Cloud. Oh, he's coming. I hear him. Pitter patter. He's hefty now. Come on, Cloud. Come on. He was tiny kitten, and I didn't realize that he would be so chubby. But that's what he is. Okay, come here, sweetie. Cloud. Okay, so let's hope that he shows up so you can have an idea what the real Cloud looks like. Okay, I think he's not. He's just sitting there looking at me. Let me see. It's a little bit of a mess here. Let me see if I can show you the, there he is. Hey, Cloud. So you can see him in the steps. I don't think he's gonna come up. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's see if we can get him up here. Okay, so there's Cloud. Let's try to get a, there you go. Yeah, so he's not the exact, it's not in his exact image, but the white paws, white belly, this is the best I can do, and he's a sweetie. There you go. Okay, so we'll put him back down. Cool. All right, so I will put down the link once I figure this out. I'll put down the link to Amazon if you would like to check out the book, if you'd like to purchase the book. So yeah, so this is, here it is. Bye.